Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video, guys, and I know I haven't uploaded in actually nearly a week now. It's because I got sick on the weekend, and then throughout the week my voice was very raspy and I was coughing a lot. I still am pretty bad. That's why I'm actually doing a shorter video, a video that I can do in snippets, just because my cough is so bad. And if I do a PCGO live recording video, can't really cut much because I'll be coughing a lot, and it's not going to be very good to watch. Like, you guys don't want to hear me go cough cough every 10 seconds. That's not very entertaining. So that's kind of why I haven't uploaded a video. I do want to do a video though on the new promo Shuckle GX. I'm getting new to that. I actually tweet out the deck that I'm going to be using on my Twitter. So if you aren't following my Twitter, make sure to do that on the thing. Now, I wanted to do a video on the top 5 best GXs coming in Lost Thunder. Unfortunately, that list was so hard to make. Making the top 5 best GXs in Lost Thunder was just too hard. It was too hard, man. So you know what? I thought like every GX in the set is actually kind of okay. There's honestly not really any GX in the set that I can say is like terrible. They're all actually every GX in the set is average or above. So I decided just rank them all. Let's just rank every GX. There's 13 of them. There's a lot. This is gonna be a huge set. So without further ado, let's get into the ranking at our number 13 spot. And guys, coming in at the lowest rank on this list is going to be Tyranitar GX. And the reason why Tyranitar GX is ranked the lowest is probably because it's probably the worst GX in the set in terms of like what it can really do. This card does have potential to be fun. So 250 HP. Tyranitar is an awesome Pokemon. It's one of the coolest Pokemon ever. However, it's not that great in terms of its attack. So its ability is actually pretty good. If one of your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this Pokemon's attacks, put that Pokemon and all cards attached to it into the Lost Zone. That is really strong. That basically makes your opponent not be able to use Rescue Stretcher. This could also affect decks that rely on the discard pile for support like Night March. The only problem is Tyranitar doesn't have the greatest attacks. I mean, Vicious Sandstorm can do 130 damage, then 30 damage to each opponent's bench basics. I mean, that's alright, but again, 130, the numbers aren't that great if you're trying to knock out a GX. Not to mention, there's not really any good acceleration for Tyranitar at the moment. You know, the reason why the baby Tyranitar, we had fun with that is because we had Electrode, but you can't use Electrode with this Tyranitar, so that's kind of the issue with this Tyranitar GX. Smackdown is like its only good trait to combo with the ability, because it can knock out quite a few Pokemon. Other than that, though, this card is just very subpar. Maybe you can use Tyranitar's ability with, like, Larvitar and Pupitar and Celebi, but that's really about it. Because other than that, I don't really see how this card can be powered up quick enough for it to be good. Plus, it is weak to fighting, and fighting is really good right now. So Tyranitar is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage. I think it's an interesting idea. I don't think it's a particularly bad card. It could work. Who knows? Again, maybe Larvitar, Pupitar, Shining Celebi will make this card work. But yeah, we're going to put Tyranitar at the lowest ranking on the list, moving to our 12th ranking. Right after Tyranitar, we're going to be doing this to Luigi GX. Now, Luigi GX is a particularly cool card. It's very reminiscent of the other Luigi EX we had with the attack Psychic. For 3 color synergy, you do 30. This attack does 30 more damage times the amount of energy attached to opponent's active. Not bad. Luigi is a colorless type, which is one of the main issues. Not to mention, it does have a unfortunate weakness to lightning, which I think lightning types are going to be getting a lot better, and that's really going to hurt Lugia. It is resistant to fighting, which is nice, I guess, but it's one of those cards. It just has, like, subpar attacks. Psychic is okay. Watatsubi's Spear does 170, and then you can't do it next turn. But for 4 energies, that is a lot. I think Lugia could definitely see a nice fit in Malamar decks. We'll just have to see how good lightning types become with some of the new stuff we're getting in this set, especially with the new GX. And a lot of the lightning boosting cards are in this set, too. This is really going to hurt Lugia's potential, I think. But you know what? This could actually be a good one-of in Malamar. I can see it being like a one-of in Malamar decks. Lugia is already like a one-of in Malamar. So, Lugia GX, I think Malamar can adjust to. But Psychic is okay. The only problem is, it does at times the amount of energy attached to everyone's active. So, it's not like Gardevoir GX where you can just ramp up all the energy on both Pokemon. But Psychic I think the numbers are going to be really awkward too. If you're hitting a Rayquaza with 3 energies on it, you're only going to be doing 120 damage. Even with the Choice Band, you're only hitting for 150. But I can still see Lugia be fun in a Malamar deck. Lost Purge is actually good too. Put your opponent's active Pokemon, all cards attached to it, into the Lost Zone. That can be pretty decent. Just erase something off the board completely. It's like a Tapu Fini, but instead you just put him in the Lost Zone. They can't get him back. But Lugia, again, it's kind of just subpar. Its attacks are okay. Again, I think it'll be fun in Malamar for sure. Other than that, though, I think this card is just okay. But yeah, let's move on to the next spot on the list, our number 11th spot. Next up, guys, we have Sceptile GX. Now, Sceptile GX, I think, like, again, it's kind of just a subpar card. I've seen, it did well in an Alolan Exeggutor deck in Japan. But I feel like Sceptile just doesn't cut it, no pun intended, in our new format. It's not terrible. Again, it's a very subpar, above average card, I would say, which is honestly what most of these GXs are, maybe except for Tyranitar. I think Tyranitar is just borderline average. But everything else, Lugia, Sceptile, they're all above average, but they're not great. Sceptile kind of falls into that same kind of spectrum. It's got Mach Cut, 1 for 60, discard special energy from your opponent's active. That's not bad. 1 for 60 is good damage for 1 energy. Getting rid of special energy might be okay, Rainbow's DC, Beast Energy. Then it has Leaf Cyclone, which for 2 grass can hit for 130, move grass energy from this Pokemon and one of your bench Pokemon. So there is some synergy here with Leaf Cyclone and maybe stuff like Genesect and other attackers, and of course the other Sceptile we got from Celestial Storm. So there is some synergy going on there. Jungle Heal, heal all damage from each of your Pokemon, then Grass Energy on them. So again, it's like pretty much just an average card, above average card, I would say. More or less, it's an average card. It is a stage 2, which is one of the main problems with this card. Its low energy attacks are nice though, but I don't know. I can see this card seeing play, but at the same time, I kind of can't. If you're gonna play like the normal Sceptile, you're probably going to run this card. I don't even think it's great with Venusaur because it's just such low energy attacks. You're not going to need it with Venusaur. I think it's got like okay combos. Again, it's not playing in a Alolan Exeggutor deck. I think down the road this card could get better. I just think right now it's like kind of like, what do you play it with? What's it going to be good with? What role does it fill in this format? That's kind of the problem with this card. Unlike something like Lugia, it'll probably be splashable in Malamar. But again, it falls victim to the lightning weakness. Sceptile, it's fine enough. It's a decent enough card. But again, I just don't know what role it's going to fill in the format. So that's kind of why I had to rank it at what it is at. But anyways, guys, we are going to move on to our next ranking here in just a second. And next up on our list is going to be Mimikyu at number 10. Now, Mimikyu is a weird spot, I know, but this card actually does work just because of the typing alone. Obviously, Rayquaza is pretty popular. I mean, Dragon decks obviously can be a little bit better now thanks to the Dragon support we've been getting. So, Dragon types can definitely be on the horizon, and one of the cards that can potentially keep them in check is Mimikyu GX. Mimikyu with stuff like Counter Gain and like Unit Energy can be really good to counter Rayquaza GX. There's Koko, Weavile, Shrine of Punishments. There's a lot of ways to get damage on Rayquazas early, so it's actually really easy for Cascading Barrage to be fairly effective. That's why I like Mimikyu. The Unit Energy Lele combo has been fairly popular at the moment right now in some decks to counter Rayquaza. Mimikyu is basically the same thing. I think this card definitely has potential. Not only that, Dream Fear GX, shuffle one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, all cards attached to it into their deck, is actually kind of good considering there are decks that will have something on the bench building up. You can just shuffle them right back in, or just shuffle in like a huge attacker back into their deck. This card is just, it's decent. I think the fact that there's a fairy type really does help its situation. You could run this with like Koko, do a couple flying flips, and then Rayquazas just get smoked by Mimikyu. Again, the fact that you can use this with Unit Energy and a Colorless Energy is really good. And yeah, I can definitely see Mimikyu seeing play, for sure. I think this card can be good in a spread deck. Spread decks can fall behind, you can use Counter Gain, all kinds of good stuff. I think Mimikyu definitely has potential to be good, and it can be a nice counter to Rayquaza. There are some cool combos you can do with this card, and yeah, I think Mimikyu deserves its spot at number 10. Alright guys, and moving on to our number 9 spot, we have Suicune GX. Now, Suicune GX is interesting. It does have a very cool ability that I think is pretty good in combination with stuff like Quagsire and stuff like that. So its ability, Phantom Wind, is kind of the only reason why this card might see play. Once your turn for attack, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may shuffle this Pokemon or cards attached to it back into your deck. That's kind of nice. Suicune isn't the most tankiest card in the world. It does have an attack that can boost the tankiness of it. It is weak to grass, so it does have an unfortunate weakness, which, you know, grass can be relevant. But you know what? Its ability can be very fun comboed with stuff like Quagsire. So, Cure Stream can do 120 damage. During your next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks do 30 less damage. So Suicune potentially can take less damage unless they like switch out or something or retreat. And then you have Shuckle GX 150, switches Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So obviously the idea here with Suicune and Quagsire is Suicune takes a hit, doesn't get knocked out. Say it takes 150 damage, and then what you can do is you switch or Guzma or something, get Suicune back onto the bench, move the energy from Suicune with Quagsire's ability to an active Suicune, and then shuffle this Suicune back into the deck, and then just fully heal it. And that's kind of the combo that this deck kind of works with. And I think it's an interesting combo. It's very reminiscent of Tapu Koko GX. So there is potential for Suicune to work with that combination alone. So that's why Suicune comes in at number 9. It's got potential to be good. It's like Mimikyu. It's got the potential to be good with that ability. Having that kind of like invincibility combination is really interesting. Its attacks are also just kind of decent. 120 is not that much damage. Actually pretty bad considering it won't one-shot a Buzzwole and a Lugia. But making them do 30 less damage can be pretty nice. Again, it gives it at least 210 HP if that defending Pokemon still wants to attack you next turn. But with cards like Guzma, Switch, you know, just simply retreating, it's still pretty vulnerable. You know, stuff like Gliscod and Sceptile will have a field day with Suicune, but outside of that, if this card can tank a hit, you can make it basically be invincible with Quagsire and switching options. So this is definitely an interesting deck. Suicune's an interesting card. I think it will be fun to test out. And coming in at our number 8 spot, guys, we have Virizion GX. Now, Virizion GX, it's good. It's kind of like a subpar card also, but this does have a few good traits to it. For starters, it is a grass type, so you get a decent typing if you want to, you know, see if you're scared of Zygarde or Lycanroc. But the main kind of juice to this is its attack-sensitive blade. If you played a supporter during this turn, this attack does 80 more damage, so it can do 130 damage for 2 grass energies, just like Galley's attack-sensitive blade. And I like this. Virizion does have some good combinations of stuff like Promo Lurantis, Professor Kakui, Choice Band, so the damage output actually gets increased quite a bit with Sensitive Blade. I do like this card. I think there is potential for this. Grass decks can just tech in one of these cards. Double Draw can be kind of useful in the early game. It is a GX, which is its only downside. You know, you don't want to always have a GX in the active spot, and if you're just using a GX to draw 2 cards, then you're not damaging. Your opponent can take a quick 2 prizes. But again, it's not a bad card. It's got a decent attack with Sensitive Blade. Breeze Away, put any number of your Pokemon and play all cards sets them into your hand. That's actually very strong. If you have like a heavily damaged board, you can retrieve all those cards instead of like healing them. I don't know which one would be better of an attack, but the fact that it's for a colorless energy can be game-changing. Who knows? Since Breeze Ways for colorless energy, we could see Virizion get teched into a stall deck. That's one of the also things I see with Virizion. So yeah, it's not a bad card. That's why it comes in at number 8. It's got potential. I can see it being one of the grass decks with Sensitive Blade. Breezeway could be kind of fun. So yeah, coming in at our number 8 spot. Guys, coming in at our number 7 spot is Sigilyph GX. One of the GX in the set that I can consider to be good. So we're starting to get into the good category now. So Sigilyph GX has a very scary ability with Mirror Counter. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an attack, for every opponent's Pokemon GX or EX, even if it gets knocked out, put damage counters on that Pokemon that attacked to equal the damage that they did to this Pokemon, which is very powerful of an ability. Because if you're playing against a one-shot deck like Rayquaza GX or, you know, Ultra Necrozma, they are going to get KO'd in return, and that is insanely good. You can tie games with Sigilyph if you play smart enough. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot of ways to counter Sigilyph, you know. Stuff like Shrine can already damage you. There's already enough non-GX attackers in the format right now that can give Sigilyph a run for its money. So it does have a few problems, and it's not the most amazing card in the world. If this was like one of the biggest formats of just nothing but GXs dominating, this card would be a lot better. It does have good traits. It is resistance to fighting is really powerful against Buzzwole and Lycanroc and stuff like that. Weakness to lightning is like kind of bad considering lightning is getting a buff in this set. But it does have good attacks at least. His attacks aren't bad like Mr. Mime. You know, Sonic Wing does 80, which is not terrible. You know, Choice Band, you know, turn that into bigger damage. Intercept GX, 60 damage. Times number energy cards set your opponent's active is actually kind of good too. That's a pretty easy one-shot on Pokemon with 3 energies on them. So Sigilyph can hit hard, it can take prizes, it can be a threat for sure. This is definitely going to be a card that can be a threat to your opponent. But again, we're gonna kind of see if this card can be easily countered or not. It depends on what your opponent can run to counter it. And that's kind of the thing that will be Sigilyph's biggest downfall. It's gonna be scary to, you know, flip over a Sigilyph when you're playing Rayquaza or Ultra Necrozma and you're relying on just taking huge one-shots with like upwards of 190 damage. And then you see the Sigilyph and you're like, how do I counter it? But again, there's enough non-GX Pokemon in the format that can counter this card, so there is issues with Sigilyph, but it's still a good card. It's still going to be a threatening card. It's going to be something to consider maybe when building decks. So yeah, Sigilyph, pretty good card coming in at our number 7 spot. And next up on our number 6 spot, we have McCargo GX. McCargo GX is a pretty cool card with the ability Crush Charge, which is one of the things about it that makes it pretty good, is once your turn for attack, you may discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a base energy card, attach it to one of your Pokemon. So yeah, that ability is pretty bonkers, considering McCargo is already going to be comboed with the other McCargo we got. There's a very strong combination here. McCargo is going to be like a brand new energy acceleration type of ability, thing, and that's what's so good about this card. Is it offers a brand new way to accelerate energy. If you have like 3 McCargos in play, I mean, you would have to run a lot of energy to rely on that, but like just even 1 McCargo in play is really good. So this is why I like McCargo. That ability is really nice. Lava Flow is okay, you know, 50 damage. I mean, discard any number of basic energies from this Pokemon, just 50 damage for each card discarded this way. Obviously, you want to combo that with Crush Charge. So there are some combos there, and then you have Magma Burn, discard the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. That can be kind of fun in a mill deck for sure. So McCargo has a lot of cool things with it, but again, that ability can be very good with the other McCargo. Obviously, you can also use McCargo with Mallow, like Malcargo. I'm trying to like have like a funny name with those 2 card names, but yeah, McCargo has a really good ability. That's just basically all I have to say about it. It just has a very good ability. Its ability is going to be really good in decks that need base guarantee. It's almost like a Max Elixir-esque reprint-ish thing, if that makes any sense, because there's not really any good energy acceleration outside of like Magnezone, Malamar, Vikavolt. So Crush Charge can definitely help like any deck, and that's what makes it so good. So yeah, McCargo comes in at a number 6 spot of just having a great ability. Guys, coming in at our number 5 spot, we have Shuckle GX. Now, Shuckle GX has an ability which once again makes it so good. Prevent all damage on this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon with 2 or less energy attached to them. Oh my gosh. That's funny. You know, decks that rely on DCE and single energy attacks like Buzzwole, they are not going to like Protective Pot. This ability can be really annoying, and there are decks that are going to, you know, struggle to deal with this. I'm not saying that Shuckle stall will be a thing. It probably won't. But Shuckle's ability is like gonna be nice to just be able to just sit in the active spot while you do with whatever on your bench, and that's what makes it so good. It's also one of those like stall type of decks. It can be a great card in stall. Triple Poison is a colorless attack too, which means you can attack with Shuckle. Your opponent's active is now poison. Put 3 damage counters instead of 1, which is actually kind of nice in my opinion. That ramps up pretty quickly. Obviously with Verbank, yeah. Shuckle and like expanded can be great. You know, there's a lot of DC heavy decks expanded like Night March and Zoroark. So Shuckle can see play in expanded, I think, but in standard it's also pretty good. This card is just fun in my opinion. You know, just being able to stall with that ability is just going to be hilarious, and I think that will also cause problems. But yeah, I think Shuckle is just a great card. It's good. That ability is pretty strong. It's one of those abilities that's like, okay, I gotta play. I gotta play like 2 more energies to attack you. Really? I gotta go 1 energy. Oh, I can't even do Sledgehammer or Trash Land. Well, I gotta wait another turn to attack you, I guess. Oh, gotta do another energy. Gotta wait another turn until I get 3 energies on. So I don't know, Shuckle definitely has potential to work with crushing hammers and plumerias. Shuckle is pretty evil in my opinion. So yeah, Shuckle GX comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 spot, we have blacephalon GX. I hope I spelled that right. But yeah, blacephalon GX is seen a lot of play in Japan, and it will probably cross over into America pretty well. So its attack, Mind Blown, is kind of the big hype behind it. You may send any number of fire energy attached to your Pokemon in play in the Lost Zone. This attack does 50 damage for each card sent in this way. That's pretty fun. And the reason why this is actually so good is because there's a Ninetails card which combos really good with blacephalon. That name sucks. There's a new Ninetails which has the ability which states once your turn before you attack, if this is on your bench, I'm pretty sure, yes, you put a basic energy card from your discard pile onto Ninetails. And basically, you just do that with blacephalon, and you just discard an energy every single turn, and you just play like a ton of energy. And also, this is an Ultra Beast, so you get access to Beast Ring as a way to accelerate energy into play again. So this card, you know, it's seen a good play in Japan. It will most likely see good play here in America too. That's why I had to put it at number 4. The potential in Japan will probably cross over well to America with that Ninetails. So this is a pretty fun card. And I do think it's going to see play here. And it's good. It's a good card. It's done well in Japan. It will do well in America too, probably, with Ninetails. So yeah, pretty good card. And yeah, coming in at our number 4 spot. And coming in at our number 3 spot, guys, this is it. We are getting down to the 3 best cards in this set. And all of them, I think, are just really good GXs in general. They would make the top 5 best GXs arguably in the Sun and Moon sets, because these are all good GXs. And Genesect is going to be the first of them all. So, Genesect GX, what makes it so good is honestly that ability, Double Cassette. You may attach up to two cards to this Pokemon, which is scary. You can play Frying Pan, you can play 2 Frying Pans, you can play 2 Choice Bands, you can play 2 Fighting Fury Belts. Just think of the possibilities of that. That's insane. You can play Rocky Helmet and Rock Guard. You can play Choice Band and Rock Guard. That ability is just going to be crazy with Genesect, in my opinion. Especially in Standard, double Choice Band means Blast Bomb just hits for 190. And you know what? It's a metal type. Magnezone works super well. It doesn't even have to discard energy, which is also one of the good things about it. Blast Bomb can hit for 130, which is great numbers as it is on Buzzwoles and Lugias. But again, with 2 Choice Bands, you're going to hit for 190 damage, which one-shots a lot of Pokemon. And you combo with Kikui, you hit for 210. You kind of see why Genesect's good. It's also a metal type, so this could be another great way to just snipe a certain Pokemon that's going to be sitting on the bench very, very soon when we get to that. But you know, even at Break Buster, which again, double Choice Band is an extra 60 damage. I don't know. This card is just really good with Magnezone. I think Genesect is going to see a lot of play. It is countered by fire, so obviously blacephalon and also potentially McCargo. If McCargo does pick up steam, they can counter this card. But again, just double tools is really scary. It's going to be more interesting and expanded, I think, with Bronzong, with stuff like Belt. Like, Fighting Fury Belt on this card is just crazy. You get an extra 80 health. What? I mean, Genesect is going to go up to 260 HP with a double Fighting Fury Belt. That is crazy. Double Cassette is what makes this card so cool. And yeah, Genesect comes in at our number 3 spot. Moving on to our number 2 spot. And guys, coming in at our number 2 spot, we have Aurora GX. One of the most hyped GXs to come out of this set is this card. And again, this has a lot of new support thanks to the new lighting cards that we are going to be getting to boost this card to better levels. So the ability Electric Zone, each of your Pokemon that have any light energy attached to them have no retreat. Pretty good ability, especially on a basic Pokemon. That's just crazy. Plasma Fist, 2 lightnings and colors does 160 damage. This Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. Not bad, but again, that ability gives you free retreat, so who cares? Then you have Full Voltage GX. Attach 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. That's again basically Nitro Tank GX reprinted. But again, this card is just really good because there's so much good lightning support we're getting. This can work so well, and with stuff like Magnezone, you already have a great attacker. So yeah, Aurora is definitely going to see a lot of play. It is weak to fighting, which is what's going to be the big deciding factor as to how good this card will be, is that weakness to fighting. Obviously, fighting is still really good. You know, a Lycanroc GX can just come down and knock you out with Bloodthirsty Eyes. So there is still potential for this card to get, you know, KO'd very easily by stuff like that. But this is just such a nice beat stick card. It just boom, plows through anything in its way. There's a lot of lightning support we're getting. This card can work by itself too with that full voltage attack. Just an all-around amazing card. It'll see play and expanded too with electric. So yeah, great card. It comes in number 3. Moving on to our number 1 spot. You know, the number 1 ranked card, you probably already know what the GX is because we haven't said it yet. But here we go at number 1. And guys, coming in at our number 1 ranked card on this list, it had to be Alola Ninetails GX. This card is crazy. It's crazy. This ability is just, it's mind-blowing how good it is. Mysterious Guidance. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 item cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. 2 item cards when you evolve this onto a Vulpix. And not only that, Alola Vulpix is already a good card. Like, Beacon is already good to have in general. So just having a Vulpix in your deck is already going to be great. And then just teching in Ninetales makes it even better. But just think of the possibilities of this ability. You get Beast Ring, Rare Candy, Enhanced Hammer, Field Blower, Ultra Ball, Nest Ball. The list goes on. Even the new Lightning card, Counter Gain. Just so many cards can be grabbed with Mysterious Guidance. It's just so good. Not only that, Snowy Wind with Unenergy is already catching a lot of play right now with Buzzwole and stuff like that as a counter to like stuff like Rayquaza. This card can attack by itself. 70 damage. This attack is 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's not even terrible because it's got a sniping effect. You have Sublimination GX. If your opponent's Pokemon is an Ultra Beast, it is knocked out. So you can just knock out a Buzzwole, a blacephalon. They're all gone. Bye-bye. This card is just insanely good. This is by far going to be one of the best GXs. It's going to be the most expensive in the set. It's going to be like the new Tapu Lele, essentially, because that ability is just so good. It's almost like, basically almost like Tapu Lele. You're not getting a supporter, you're getting 2 items, but those 2 items can help you get a supporter. It's just crazy how good that ability is. It's only a one-time use, but if stuff like Ace Roller, Scoop Up, no it's not. You know, if Devo Spray was still in Standard, this card would still be pretty good. But also, just having the ability to get stuff like Beast Ring and Field Blower and Enhanced Hammer and Ultra Ball and stuff like that is so good. And that's one of the reasons why this card is picking up play. Like, getting rare candies and getting Beast Ring is one of the big things that's giving this card a lot of steam right now. So Alola Ninetales GX by far is the best GX in the entire set. Hands down. It's not even for the attacks, it's just for how good the ability is, which is hilarious. But that is it, guys. That is the ranking of all of the GXs in this set. I'm going to try and get out a video for you guys this weekend, assuming my voice is better and assuming I'm not going to be coughing every 10 seconds. Basically holding in a cough right now as we are speaking. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do you guys agree with this ranking? Or do you not agree with this ranking? I may have missed a card. I don't know. Well, I'm on Poke Beach right now, and their thing literally says Lost Under English Set List. So there you go. So I'm assuming all these GXs are what we're going to be getting in the set. I don't think there's any more coming, but yeah, this is the ranking of them all. Couldn't do a top 5, man. I couldn't. Too many good cards in the set, man. I had to rank them all, man. It's pretty fun. And I like doing a quicker video like this, especially with how bad my cough is right now. But yeah, I'll wrap this PCO video. If you enjoyed, make sure you like. Don't forget to subscribe down the road to 4K subs. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in another PCGO video. Have a good night, guys, and bye.